All righty, Oliver.
Yep, all good.
We have been asked by quite a few people, online and wholesale, to do a Q&A.
On some questions that we've received about the story of Swole Panda.
Yes. So, we'll
take it away.
Get straight into
You
it.
asked the first one.
So, first of all, did you grow up knowing you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
So I think I grew up knowing I wanted to do something for myself. Like work for myself in some way. Didn't envisage it would be selling socks. But, you know, life has a way of taking you down a certain route.
And I think, we have always done sort of
entrepreneurial things. Yeah, the key safes, to be fair, the key safe business.
So when was that, goodness?
You were
in year 10?
Yeah, year 10.
Yeah, so year 10, saw a bit of a gap in the market, but there was a big company called Master Lock, and basically key safes on the side of your house to put your keys in.
Yeah, if you've got carers or whatever.
So saw that there was only really Master Lock, and we produced some in China. Yeah, brought them over,
sold them on eBay. Yeah. That was when I was started uni.
Yeah, to be fair, and it was a good side hustle. So we did that. And then that sort of, moved into
Swole Panda.
Yeah, which
is the next question, which is, how did the business idea start back at the very beginning, and when was that? That's probably one for me. So when I was at uni, I was learning about alternative resources in fashion and different industries, one of them being bamboo. And as you know, we always grow up around water and what have you. And I saw many people jump into the sea and lose their sunglasses because they sunk, and discovered that you can make sunglass frames from bamboo, which floated, and there was the sustainability aspect to it. And when I was at uni, bought in 100 pairs, set up the website. And
that wasn't Shopify at the time?
It wasn't Shopify, it was, I think it was Weebly or one of those.
Yeah.
Sold those whilst I was at uni instead of sort of a Saturday job. And then, that brings us to when I finished uni, you finished sixth form. And then that's when we hit the road with them.
Hit the road, yeah. So, to put a bit of context on the sunglasses, it was
a hard sell.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. It was a hard sell in the UK.
Oh my goodness. So we sold online. We sold them and they were okay.
And that was back when Instagram was very, very different to it is today. It was before the algorithm. Everything was chronological. You'd pay. We had 3 or 4 big men's fashion pages. Men's fashions, I think. And you pay them. What was it? £80. They had 3 million followers, and
it was really good.
They'd put a post up with the sunglasses, and the sales would come in. Unfortunately, it's no longer
that
like
changed.
that.
Yeah. But that did. So then I finished college, and we were like, let's do this together. So I went on the road, cold calling retailers up and down the UK. And this was 2017?
2017.
And it was
2016. 2016, 17, yeah.
And it was brutal. Trying to sell when you don't know any retailer and you've got a product that in the UK...
It was a good product. They were great products.
That was a good product,
but not in the UK retail.
So I went in and it was, I don't know how many, I cold called how many stores?
50 plus.
50 plus, and everyone was like, no. And we were like, oh God, this actually isn't good. But saw a bit of a gap in the market whilst doing that, which was bamboo socks at the time.
And we were a bit hesitant to do the bamboo socks because we thought they'd been done. I mean, Thought at the time were really big.
Yeah, that's true.
And you then had, although they weren't bamboo, you had Happy Socks that did all the colourful ones.
Yeah.
But it was a fruititious exercise speaking to all of the retailers, because they're the ones that gave us the insight that, first of all, they wanted good point of sale. They wanted good markup for themselves. Yeah. Good quality product, good in-stock service. And I guess we took all of that information and then...
and made the best sock ever.
Well, we did. They are the best socks.
If you haven't worn them, you are missing out. That's sort of... And then went back to those retailers.
Yeah, with the first range of socks. 12 pairs on that little display.
Yeah. Anyway, we've digressed. Where were we on the
So what was your first sale? Can you take us back to that moment? So I remember the first online sale. Yeah. I was actually in the gym at the time, and it was
Zeus.
It was a sale from, I think it was from Brazil or Argentina. And that was a good feeling.
Yeah.
I think it was only one pair of sunglasses, but the first sale was always something you remember.
Yeah. And wholesale sale was WJ Bennett in Rye.
Yeah.
Andrew, supported.
And that was actually,
oh my gosh, we came out of that.
That was the sunglasses, actually.
That was actually.
So
we got one. We got one.
It was a very good feeling, considering.
We came out and we were just like, that. We've actually sold something.
Shame no one else took them, but
it's true. Oh well. Anyway, so we've done.
So was there a moment that you realised it would be a success, or have you not thought too much about it and kept on grinding? I think we've always wanted to make it, even with the sunglasses, we were determined to make it a success one way or another. But was there a turning point?
Well, COVID was hairy.
It was pretty scary, yeah.
We weren't that established.
No, and at the time the business was very, very heavily wholesale and all the shops were closed and the retail fairs which were cancelled. Yeah,
because we actually, so before we didn't really have any online and the wholesale was getting going and we did. So it was we
just bought all the stock as well.
2018?
Yeah.
We just did retail fairs and it was like retail fairs. We did 240 days in November and December of retail fairs just going around selling the product. And that was probably, 80% of the business?
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. So it was 2020. COVID hit and it was like, boom.
Yeah.
Retail fairs done.
And we bought all the stock for the retail.
Produced all the stock we were starting producing all the stock in Jan and Feb. COVID hit it was getting
March.
March.
Yeah.
And then it was like lockdown. So we had no retail fairs. We had online that was not doing much, and every single one of our wholesale stores were shut.
However, I think going back to that question of when we realised it would be a success, I think the fact that we actually managed to grow through COVID, even through the wholesale, I think proved that the product was successful and was fairly resilient to bad times. So I would say around that.
I don't think we've ever thought that it wouldn't be.
No, because I think you have to believe it will be.
That's true.
I think if you don't have that belief, then
you've got a problem.
Yeah, you have to believe it will be successful.
Yeah. Which we have, because they're the best socks
and the best belts.
And belts. Any funny stories?
Funny stories. Well, I'd say there's lots of funny stories. Yeah. But I don't know. A few spring to mind. I'd say the first one would be 2017, 2018, doing those retail fairs. In the VW Fox, with the roof box on. And we'll probably be able to put a photo up of this.
I had a 2006 VW Fox with Paul Smith interior.
It did have Paul Smith interior,
Superb car. Not colour-coded bumpers, though. No. Anyway, that's boring. And it was the best car. I did visiting the retailers and doing the retail shows. I did 165,000 miles in that car. And we loaded it up. We had our first ever retail fair was in Newcastle called the Living North.
And this was before we wanted to take the cost of hiring a van, right?
Yes,
So we bought a £50 roof box. And
put it on the roof. There's a picture, and it's a great picture, where there's like socks in between all of them.
We stuffed them into the footwells. We must take as much stuff as possible.
And we filled up and then drove. We're South Coast. Yeah. Drove to Newcastle, which is quite a long way. With the roof box on. I mean, probably a bit dangerous anyway. Don't do that. Hire a van, but we couldn't afford to. And then did that show. Yeah. And so we bought 6,000 pairs of socks. That was our first order.
It was 6,000.
Spent everything we had
on. It was about, how many shows did we do that year? Probably 5 to 8, something like that.
Probably 8.
8 shows. And Living North Newcastle was the first one of the 8.
We had spent everything on these socks, spent everything on the roof box, the 50 quid, and then literally got up to Newcastle, and we put the stand up, and we were we're staying in the Metro Inn. Oh my gosh,
that's another story.
But we put the stand up, and it started at 10 o'clock, didn't it? And that was the first time that. It was
the first time we had the socks, I think, available for people to buy. Yeah.
And we
we had faith that the product was good,
but we stood half an hour in, no one had come past the stand. And I think both of us looked at each other and we were like...
It was that moment that if...
the socks didn't actually sell, or those shows didn't go well, then it would be like...
it was game over.
Game over. And then we both... Because I remember we were both like, this is...
we might have a problem.
Yeah. Oh, we had... Yeah. And then literally straight after that, like, customers came and we sold out of... we didn't take 6,000 with us, but we filled the box up and we sold out of every single
that show. And then we had another show in Manchester, and you had to drive all the way back south and back up again.
Pick up a load of stock. And this was in a day. Pick up stock from the south coast and drive all the way back up to Manchester.
Yeah. That was a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the other story of you when you went to visit the factories.
Yeah.
Almost being deported from...
Well, I did get deported from China.
Yeah. That's quite a long story.
That's a long story.
If you want to hear more about that, then tune in for another time.
Yeah. It was. I didn't like do a criminal.
No,
I didn't like
do a criminal.
do it. Yeah. It was just a bit of an issue with the visa. So anyway, yeah.
And then I mean, it turns out that we can't pick and pack to save our lives.
Yeah, when we got that stock arrived, I'd managed to get 23 wholesale orders from 23 accounts, WJ and others. And there's another picture.
There is.
On a driveway where we got out the 23 boxes, had all the socks, and we were trying to fulfill them all together.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out we actually can't read picking sheets.
Because I think the majority of them turned out completely wrong.
Everyone was like, why have we got 13 red, 12 blue? And it was like, so that was...
We'll leave that to the warehouse
to do. Yeah. But no, there's a lot of funny stories.
There are a lot of funny stories.
We can't probably
go through all of them.
Favourite trade shows?
I mean, there's all of the trade shows have a fun aspect to them. I would say, well, if you break it down, the first trade...
If you're watching from a trade show.
The first top drawer was obviously exciting.
Yes.
Because that was the first proper trade show we did with the socks.
Yes.
And had a proper display. And we actually took some orders.
We did.
Because we did the spring fair.
And that we didn't take
anything. But that was exciting.
I think the first ever show, top drawer was. I mean, the IMC, which is a men's buying group, has sort of been the starting backbone of the business. So that always, has a important place in our hearts. But so the first ever top drawer was because we wrote orders. Was very good. Did you always wear funky socks, Oliver?
I started wearing...
Also funky slippers.
I started wearing funky socks in sixth form. And everyone actually...
Okay, so that was
way before Swole Panda. Yeah.
Fashionista.
I remember you used to have different characters on them.
What?
Like
Donald Duck?
No, not Donald Duck, no. I can't remember now off the top of my head. But anyway, people followed suit and they were wearing funky socks as well. You see, trendsetter.
It was written in the stars.
Trendsetter, yeah.
I think I would have always chosen a funky sock in the sock drawer over a boring one. Yeah. Before we...
I don't know, it's difficult to remember back to what I was wearing before.
Because now all we've done is one Swole Panda for the last... And just would never wear anything else.
No, you'd never need to.
Moments you have been most proud of. That's true. It's quite well. There's a lot going on in that question because I'd say there's been quite a few moments.
No, I think when you're in it every day, it's difficult to step back and appreciate, I guess, where we've come and where we've still got to go. But moving into the office was
cool.
And especially that was after COVID.
Yeah. So.
Or was it
because everything hadn't properly opened. We signed the lease just after the last lockdown, I think, which was that was a proud moment because I don't know if you've seen The Office or if anyone's watching this has seen The Office. It's all sustainable and it is a really cool building. So we're very, very lucky to be here. Also, I think every time we have launched a new product that we have always had faith in. Yeah. Like with the socks and they started selling, and like the belts,
the children's socks.
So I think every time there's a product that actually, because not all products work.
No.
we have had products that don't work. So I think when a product works,
and you get the good feedback.
Yeah, and people like customers are like, wow, actually, this is seriously good product. So that's nice.
That is that's a proud feeling.
That's a proud feeling. Yeah. Get a proud feeling every day.
Yeah. Product issues and challenges that we've faced.
Oh wow. Product issues.
Oh, actually, I might have missed a question there, but we'll go back to that. No, okay. So product issues. Well, there's been many. The first one was the t-shirts back in. And again, 2017.
that was around the sock time. We bought in t-shirts and we got absolutely messed over by the factory, and they all had holes in.
Yep, they arrived 2 months late. I remember a lot were the wrong colour, and then the rest had holes in. I remember we were sat in the Fox, and we were, it was not a good.
That was bad time because we put, of course, everything. When you first start, all the money goes into stock, and again, we had money tied up in stock that we couldn't sell because it had holes in.
Yeah, that was.
I think was it clearance?
I think we had to put them through a clearance warehouse. Yeah.
So lost money, but that was an issue. We also had a really big issue, literally, this last year, where the tags on the socks, we can't actually mention the company that they're from, but they used to be plastic, and we got biodegradable tags to go through, and there was a fault with them, and all the tags biodegraded.
Yeah, that was not good.
Too quickly.
Yeah, so by the time they got from the factory to the shops, they had all fallen off the tag.
And it doesn't sound too bad.
It doesn't, but when you've got hundreds of thousands of pairs of socks,
yes,
that then need to be retagged by hand.
Or in a shop, because we've got point of sale in our shops, or they hang, and then you just got socks dropping off. And actually, one of our sales agents in his showroom was like, James, what is going on with these tags? I was like, oh, why? He was like, because my alarm keeps going off in the middle of the night because the socks are dropping off and the alarm's going off. But anyway, that
is resolved, but that was actually a big headache.
That was a big issue because we had to retag. I mean,
and although it doesn't seem like a big thing, I guess it wouldn't be a big thing if it was all just to end consumers. No, but it's the fact that when they were in the shops, people,
So that was.
I mean, I guess if that issue had occurred earlier on, it would have been a bigger problem.
Yes, but we were able to sort of digest it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But there's always, I mean, with a product business, there's always like that. Yeah, with delivery. Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, issues. They're, I guess, less regular than.
Yeah, like the t-shirts. The t-shirts was a really big issue because that actually was again. Like when you have no extra cash and everything's in the stock, it's close to the.
You have to be very careful with the factories that you work with.
Yes, here. Mm-hmm. Okay.
No products we're most proud of.
Where's that? Oh goodness, no, you did. We went up and down.
I mean, I think all of the products, the socks, the belts, all of them are super good. I'm really happy with them. If we were to say one, I think probably the belts, because we were the first. We were the first company to make belts from recycled plastic.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And and it's so nice that we are like with that, we're genuinely taking plastic with Reprieve from the ocean, from everywhere, and turning that into a wearable product. So
that is cool and functional.
Yeah. So
and the socks, to be fair, we were the first to do bamboo socks
with vibrant colours.
And not boring sort of dull designs.
No, and genuinely, I would say this, but they are amazing socks.
They are amazing.
They are.
Can't argue that.
No, you can't. Our product, the product is top notch. And the bracelets have been. Yeah. They're.
No, that's a great product as well. I don't know anyone that makes bracelets from Reprieve.
Neither do I, Oliver. Neither do I. Is that okay? We've gone past that lowest moment. Well, we've done a few. We have sort of gone on to
lowest moments. Any points we felt you wanted to give up? We never wanted to give up.
No. That's not even.
Always got to keep pushing forward. But yeah, the lowest moments, I'd say, going back to the time those t-shirts arrived all with holes in. Wasn't good.
That wasn't good. I think the lowest moments would probably be earlier on.
Earlier on, I think.
Really
I think
early on, because it's actually like some things, and to be fair, there could still be things, but where it's like, actually, if this doesn't go quite right, this is game over.
And I mean, certainly, I think when you're in the earlier stages of a business, problems are bigger in comparison to the size of the business, right?
Yeah, we also had an investor that came on quite early on, and last year we bought them out, and that was not a low moment; it was a very high moment. Yeah. But through the process,
that was difficult.
There was times where that was very difficult, but again, it's experience, and it was probably also one of the best moments.
Afterwards, yeah.
So that.
I mean, COVID, to be fair, I wouldn't say it was a low moment. I think when COVID was announced, it was a nerve-wracking moment.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, maybe low's actually the wrong word. Maybe a nerve-wracking moment is always the better one, because I don't think there's ever been any...
Got to stay positive.
Stay positive all the time. Future plans for Swole Panda? World domination. No. Future plans. There is always lots of plans. Yeah. I mean, we would like Swole Panda to be one of the biggest accessories companies in the world. Taking however much plastic out of the ocean, making sustainable products from bamboo. We just want to take over, don't we? The accessory,
we do.
The accessory world. But in the near future...
Well, international expansion is the first thing. Yeah. We would like to crack the US. Yeah. I think. And Europe. Yeah. Which we're getting. We've got, what is it, 1,000 retailers, 1,000 wholesale retailers? Yeah. Across UK and Europe, but there's still a lot more to do. And the US we haven't and then obviously new product.
Yeah, which?
Well, I mean, the children's socks, they're live now.
Launched last month.
Children's socks, and then what else we got with the belts?
Can we say that?
Yeah, I think so. The faux leather belts that are going to be made from recycled material. Yeah. Because again, no one's really done that properly. No. So that would be good.
Yeah, children's socks. The response on that has been amazing, and also something that we're really proud of. There is 5% of revenue will be going to Great Ormond Street Hospital. Yes. So we want that.
And I think that again is something else, increasing our charity partnerships. Yeah, because. I think it's a nice thing to be doing.
Yeah, of course. Okay, and lastly...
Any exciting news about new products? There we go.
There we go. We have sort of done that all in one, to be fair.
The boot socks as well.
Oh, goodness, yeah. And that's happening.
That is happening later this year.
So if you love Swole Panda socks, but you can't buy Swole Panda boot socks, which you can't at the moment, and you have to wear another brand...
No longer.
They're
going to be the best boot socks as well. They're great. They're great.
They are. They really are. So I think that is that everything on the product?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, there might be a few things
coming
in the pipeline that we're not mentioning, but that probably wraps up.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have any other questions, unless Kate, has there been any other questions to ask?
People would like to know, what are your favourite current socks that you have on the store?
Oliver, you go first. Whilst I'm
thinking. Put me on the spot here. Probably the hot air balloons. The hot air balloon design it's fun, but still super, super classy. Yeah. And they are obviously lots of other people's popular choice.
Yeah. I'm actually going to say a sock that is coming in.
In
6 months.
Oh, here we go. Sneak
everyone on.
Sneak preview.
There is a new navy stripe that is coming in 6 months, 5 months.
August, September.
I'm not wearing it. I'm wearing the Pride. And that sock, so you're just going to have to wait and see, is my favourite. I'm allowed to wear it because
I know the one you're talking about.
But it is like blue with a bit of green and a bit of, oh my goodness. It is a beautiful sock. So...
I'm trying to think if I've got another favourite from the new collection.
Yeah, well, is there? The new collection, by the way, if anyone does listen to this, is, I think, the best collection, personally, that Oliver and the guys have put together. Because it is
a strong collection.
It is a really, really
There's
good
a bit
collection.
of something for everyone.
Whoa, this is so exciting because no one can
No one
see.
knows.
Oh dear. Anyway, I think that wraps up.
Unless there's any others.
You have one more question.
Got another one.
Oh.
Which is, how old were you when you started the business?
How old
so
were we?
I was 20.
Well, when
2017. 22.
Was that 7 years ago?
Yeah, I was 22. And
I
you
was
were
20.
19, 20.
Basically, we're 29 and 27, and
So
whatever
subtract
2017 was.
I think 22 and I think maybe you were still 19, maybe just about to turn 20.
Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago. Now.
Spent all my 20s selling socks.
What else would you want to do?
Living the dream.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. I think wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll wrap it up there.
Well done, guys.
Thank you very much.